File free in the app if you didn't file with us last year. Just file with TurboTax Do-It-Yourself by February 28th, no matter your tax situation. Get the TurboTax app now.
Happy birthday, one of a kind. Snack loving, always elegant. Dog mom to Alfie. With gifts from Etsy.
Gifts that say I get you, Etsy.
1848, and the Austrian Empire is having some trouble. This trouble occurred on March the 13th in Vienna when a crowd, mostly made up of students, demanded more rights and the government obliged, by shooting them, which led to riots. This riot was part of the larger trend of revolutions which swept across Europe in 1848. To oversimplify, they were largely concerned with improving the working lives of the peasantry, increasing democratic representation, and in many cases wanted to form states along national, ethnic and linguistic lines. This was bad news for the Austrian Empire since it was very diverse. It included many ethnic groups such as Germans, Hungarians, Czechs, Slovaks, Ukrainians called Ruthenians at the time, Poles known as Galicians, Croats, Serbs, Italians, Romanians and many, many others. Some of these people wanted better representation and others preferred outright independence. The events of 1848 spread outside of Vienna quickly. On March the 15th in the city of Pest, revolutionaries demanded extra rights and soon after declared Hungarian independence, but importantly declared that Ferdinand would still be their king. The central government struggled to respond effectively, and in Italy the Austrian army withdrew from Some of these people wanted better representation and others preferred outright independence. The events of 1848 spread outside of Vienna quickly. On March the 15th in the city of Pest, revolutionaries demanded extra rights and soon after declared Hungarian independence, but importantly declared that Ferdinand would still be their king. The central government struggled to respond effectively, and in Italy the Austrian army withdrew from most of the revolting Italian states. This left them wide open for invasion, which the Kingdom of Piedmont-Sardinia did soon after. The Imperial Army marched into Hungary, was pushed back to Vienna and counterattacked. In December, the Minister-President of Austria. This left them wide open for invasion, which the Kingdom of Piedmont-Sardinia did soon after. The Imperial Army marched into Hungary, was pushed back to Vienna and counterattacked. In December, the Minister-President of Austria, Felix Schwarzenberg, persuaded Emperor Ferdinand I to abdicate. Ferdinand was succeeded by his nephew, Franz Joseph I, who wanted a strong response and soon after appealed to Russia for help. In the June of 1849, Russian troops entered Hungary, who had little chance resisting both empires. The Hungarian Revolution was crushed, the invasion of Italy was repulsed, and by 1852 the central government in Vienna had a firm grip over all of its territories again. Franz Joseph essentially now ruled as an absolute monarch, relying on men like Schwarzenberg to enforce his will. Schwarzenberg was an exceptional statesman, but in 1852 his career suffered a slight setback when he died. So Austria was indebted to Russia for its help with putting down the Hungarian revolt, and Russia expected help in return. Russia asked for this during the Crimean War, but Austria refused, and the war was a Russian defeat. Austria's refusal to aid Russia meant that relations between the two soured hugely, which would eventually have consequences. In 1859, the Austrians were goaded into declaring war on Piedmont-Sardinia, who the French quickly came to the aid of. Long story short, the Austrians lost and surrendered Lombardy, the empire's wealthiest province, to Piedmont-Sardinia. Furthermore, the financial strains of war meant that the banking sector collapsed, and with it, the government. The bankers refused to loan any more money until a constitution was created, and so Franz Joseph begrudgingly chose to begin reforms. These reforms culminated in 1861 with a compromise which frankly pleased no one. Franz Joseph kept his control over military and foreign affairs, but most legislative and bureaucratic powers were transferred to the reformed Imperial Council. The Imperial Council, the Parliament, was split into two houses. A House of Deputies, which saw representatives elected by a complex system which favoured the wealthy and the Germans, and a House of Lords, whose members were appointed by Franz Joseph. The Conservatives weren't happy because they'd lost some of their powers, the Liberals weren't happy because they'd gained very little in terms of meaningful reform, and the Emperor wasn't happy because he'd lost quite a bit of his own power. So, having failed in Italy, the Austrians attempted to find better fortune in Germany. This went terribly and ended in Austria losing a war with Prussia in 1866 over some territory in Schleswig-Holstein. The Austrians were defeated because they hadn't adapted to the new technologies and because the Italians had joined the Prussians. Austria lost Venice but gave it to France because they felt the Italians hadn't earned it before France gave it to them anyway. The Austrians were thereafter excluded from German affairs, and at home this defeat was so destabilising it looked like it could tear the empire apart, and so Franz Joseph desperately tried to compromise with the ever-restless Hungarians. This led to the 1867 Ausgleich between the Austrian and Hungarian halves of the empire, which led to the creation of the dual monarchy, better known as the Austro-Hungarian Empire. The empire was split into two, with the Hungarians ruling this area and the Austrians ruling this. These two were to be governed as separate entities with different governments and laws. The only thing they shared was a common foreign policy, military and ruler, since Franz Joseph was now both the Emperor of Austria and the King of Hungary. The terms of the agreement were to be renegotiated every 10 years in further Ausgleichs, which meant that pressing issues, most importantly army funding, could have the potential of tearing the dual monarchy apart. The other peoples of the empire criticised the agreement since they wanted autonomy too, and many Austrians believed it gave the Hungarians too much power. To a certain extent, this was kind of true, since during the Franco-Prussian War, Franz Joseph wanted to aid the French, but the Hungarians refused, wanting no part in the war, and so nothing happened except for the unification of Germany.
You, just you, building your app on base 44.
In 1868, the army was reformed, but compared to the other great powers, Austria-Hungary's military budget was still very small. In Hungary, similar educational reforms were made, but a lot of this was part of the Hungarianization of the kingdom, an attempt to homogenize the languages and identities of the people who lived there by making them Hungarian. Austria-Hungary now turned its attention to the Balkans. After the Ottomans were defeated by the Russian Empire in 1878, Austria-Hungary occupied the province of Bosnia-Herzegovina. This caused an even greater rift with the Russians, who now saw the Austro-Hungarian Empire as a challenger to its interests in the Balkans. Incidentally, 1878 also marked the year that Pest merged with the neighbouring city of Buda, becoming Budapest. The Liberals didn't back the addition of these new territories, and so the Emperor turned to a man called Edward von Taff, who created a political coalition of minorities known as the Iron Ring. This managed to keep the Liberals out of power and importantly meant that the Empire took a much friendlier position towards its Slavic population. This worried the new German Empire, who wanted a German-dominated Austria-Hungary. The Chancellor of the German Empire, Otto von Bismarck, wanted to keep the Empire on side and so offered an alliance, the Dual Alliance, which would align the two empires and hopefully dissuade Russian aggression. So Taft began to roll back some of the liberal reforms, such as shortening the length of mandatory education, giving the minorities of the empire, particularly the Czechs, greater autonomy, strengthening the Catholic Church and passing anti-socialist legislation. The late 19th century was a difficult time for the Austro-Hungarian Empire. In 1889, Franz Joseph's son, Crown Prince Rudolf, committed suicide, meaning Franz Joseph's brother, Karl Ludwig, became heir. Karl Ludwig would catch typhoid in 1898 and die, leaving his son and Franz Joseph's nephew, the Archduke Franz Ferdinand, as heir. The question of the minorities continued to plague the empire, and Taft was eventually ousted. His replacement didn't do much better, and so the emperor appointed a man called Casimir Badeni in 1895. Badeni attempted to bring about reforms in Bohemia, giving the Czechs greater language rights and autonomy. The Bohemian government was dominated by German speakers who didn't want Czech to be an official language, and so, riots. Badeni was removed by Franz Joseph in 1897, but the problem continued. In Hungary, the Liberals were still in control and continued the process of Hungarianization, which in 1902 spread to the army. The Hungarians wanted their part of the Austro-Hungarian army to speak Hungarian instead of German. Franz Joseph did not like this, and after a great deal of arguing and threats, the army remained unreformed. At this point, the empire was rapidly industrializing, and even though it wasn't at the same level as, say, Britain or France, the areas around Vienna and Prague were very close. In terms of foreign policy, Austria-Hungary took a different approach to the other great powers. It didn't participate in the scramble for Africa and didn't make much of an effort to secure a global empire, simply because it lacked the navy to protect one. Closer to home, the empire was worried about being too reliant on Germany and so sought to improve relations with Russia. This went terribly since in 1908 Austria-Hungary annexed Bosnia, which, to put it mildly, upset the great powers, especially Russia, since they weren't consulted. This meant that the only ally the Austro-Hungarian Empire had left was the German Empire, and that the other great powers no longer felt the need to include them in international affairs. The monarchy's weak position meant its neighbours eyed the territories, which included their fellow countrymen, and so the empire needed to assert its prestige again, especially in the Balkans. One way of doing this was by sending the heir to the throne, Franz Ferdinand, to Bosnia. As everyone knows, it was here he was assassinated on June 28, 1914, at the hands of Gavrilo Princip, a Bosnian Serb who wanted the liberation of all Slavs from Austria-Hungary. The murder of the heir to the throne was seen as, to put it mildly, not okay, and so Serbia, whose responsibility is debated, had to be punished with war. The decision to go to war was aided by the blank cheque the German Empire had given Franz Joseph, which gave unconditional German backing to any actions he took. Franz Joseph was mostly interested in keeping his dynasty's honour intact. He gave Serbia an ultimatum, Serbia said no to some of the terms, and so war. Specifically, the First World War. To summarise the war for Austria-Hungary, it went terribly. The army was disorganised and underfunded, and the empire was filled with political squabbles. When Austria-Hungary did win major battles, it was largely due to the intervention of allies like Bulgaria and especially Germany, who increasingly began to dominate the empire's policies. The many minorities of the empire, with some outside help, began to demand independence, and this threatened to tear the empire apart. To make matters more complicated, Franz Joseph took this opportune moment to kick the bucket and was succeeded by Charles I, who was unprepared for the role. By 1918, the empire was tearing itself apart, and despite the promises of Charles to make the empire a federation of equals, it collapsed towards the end of the year. An armistice was signed in November, but by that point the dual monarchy had effectively ceased to exist, and Charles I entered exile, ending 600 years of Habsburg rule over Austria. In the aftermath of the First World War, the Allied powers, mostly France and Britain, signed a series of treaties which dismembered the empire. The 1919 Treaty of Saint-Germain-en-Laye carved up the Austrian lands, and the 1920 Treaty of Trianon did the same to the Kingdom of Hungary. Hungary in particular suffered and lost all of this, notably Transylvania to Romania, which still contained a sizable Hungarian population. Hungary had attempted to keep Charles as their king, but were forbidden by the Allies, and in the end, after a brief stint of communism, settled on a regency led by Admiral Miklos Horthy. Austria tried to join Germany but was forbidden and so became a republic. It also lost the territory of Tyrol and Istria to the Kingdom of Italy, but this did not please the Italians, who wanted more. Many of the Slavic lands in the south were given to the newly formed Kingdom of Yugoslavia. Czechoslovakia was established and the brand new Polish Republic gained these lands too, including the areas with the majority Ukrainian population. So the Austro-Hungarian Empire had come to an end, and with it its long rule of Habsburg monarchy. The new order set up in the wake of the collapse of the dual monarchy would only remain for about 20 years until all of the borders were redrawn again, this time mostly by the Third Reich. I hope you enjoyed this episode and thank you for watching. There's a list of books in the description if you'd like to learn more.
Garda World Security leads with excellence. The Ambassador era brings that promise to life.
Unknown classification. It isn't one of ours. Take it out.
This is Spartan 117.
Prophet of Truth has found the Ark. Our only chance of stopping him is a surprise aerial assault. Clear this sector of Covenant anti-air defenses. Make a hole for the Admiral's ships. Good hunting. He's out.
Sir, open the door. We can drive on through.
Atmospheric disturbance is intensifying above the artifact, Admiral.
Sierra 117.
Moving as fast as you can, sir. I know we'll get it done. Look out! Let him go! It has a big box! Right! Kill it now, boys! That's how I roll.
Let's get going, sir. Admiral's waiting for us to clear the anti-air. Out! Keep them steady, Mike! Hell yeah! Oh! Five larger than a lava for that! That away, Chief. Target destroyed. Move to the next area. Over. We all clear?
Go! Out ahead!
Nice shot! Just keep coming!
Check your fire. It's the Chief. Flush him out, sir. Nail him with a 50. You big bastard. That guy. our last mag, sir. Thought those last ones had us.
We got a phantom overhead!
Wait up, Marine!
I got shotgun. Mount up. Robertson back. Ed, need a ride? We gotta move fast and punch hard.
Got anti-air raids next like that, Chief.
Is that all of them?
Gotta get around them, Jay. Look for gaps in their armor.
The vital apparatus vent will deliver a weighted companion cube in 3, 2, 1. This weighted companion cube will accompany you through the test chamber. Please take care of it. The symptoms most commonly produced by enrichment center testing are superstition, perceiving inanimate objects as alive, and hallucinations. The enrichment center reminds you that the weighted companion cube will never threaten to... The enrichment center reminds you that the weighted companion cube will never threaten to stab you and, in fact, cannot speak. The Enrichment Center reminds you that the weighted companion cube cannot speak. In the event that the weighted companion cube does speak, the Enrichment Center urges you to disregard its advice. You did it. The weighted companion cube certainly brought you good luck. However, it cannot accompany you for the rest of the test and, unfortunately, must be euthanized. Please escort your companion cube to the Aperture Science Emergency Intelligence Incinerator. You euthanized your faithful companion cube more quickly than any test subject on record. You did it. The weighted companion cube certainly brought you good luck. However, it cannot accompany you for the rest of the test and, unfortunately, must be euthanized. You euthanized your faithful companion cube more quickly than any test subject on record. Congratulations. The experiment is nearing its conclusion. The Enrichment Center is required to remind you that you will be baked, and then there will be cake. The experiment is nearing its conclusion. The Enrichment Center is required to remind you that you will be baked, and then there will be cake. To ensure the safe performance of all authorized activities, do not destroy vital testing apparatus. Well done. Be advised that the next test requires exposure to uninsulated electrical parts. That may...
Six, seven! 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 Six, seven!
This is day 14 of making a Gmod scene for every day of 2026. Today I made a guy running away from a zombie that's coming through a window. By the way, I really like reading your guys' comments, so please comment more. This is an engagement bait, I just really like reading your comments. So yeah. This is day 14 of making a Gmod scene for every day of 2026. Today I made a guy running away from a zombie that's coming through a window. By the way, I really like reading your guys' comments, so please comment more. This is an engagement bait, I just really like reading your comments.
I swear these rappers were at the late night Diddy party. I just can't prove it yet.
What it take back? What it take back? Proof, stick all in his. Tell him take that.
And he lit.
I got your pizza.
We should order pizza every game.
Before you watch the biggest games, make sure you've got our biggest pizza in the game. The Big New Yorker for
1-7.
Isolate that signal. Master Chief, am I telling you what you're doing on that ship?
Sir, finishing this fight.
Halo 2, where boys are made into men. Humanity has been fighting a losing war against the Covenant for 27 years. And billions have died, and the only thing that stands between us and extinction is the Master Chief.
Where the hell?
After the destruction of Halo, there are 6 confirmed survivors who make it back to Earth. Master Chief, Linda, Johnson, Chips Dubbo, Sergeant Stacker, and Thomas Chang. Those last 3, we have no idea how they got out. In the novel, First Strike, Chief links up with a Pelican. Inside is an ODST, a pilot, an ONI officer, and Sergeant Johnson. We rescue a cryotube with an unconscious Spartan, Linda. But we need a ship with an FTL drive. It's time to improvise. Cracking on Johnson's mixtape, we slingshot around the moon and crash inside the Covenant flagship, fighting to the bridge and capturing it as Cortana decompresses the ship, killing nearly everything on board as we barely escape the Covenant fleet. With the Cole Protocol engaged, instead of going to Earth, we jump back to Reach. Yet, we rewind back a few weeks to the fall of Reach. The novel and game are both canon to Bungie lore. Mark V was retconned to come out 1 year before the book, and the Spartan 2 Red Team were operating during the battle. So the 25 Spartan IIs fought during the 5 weeks of the Battle of Reach. On the last day, Blue Team, made up of Chief, Linda, and James, flew to Gamma Station, as what's left of Noble Team were trying to evacuate a shard of Cortana. The other 22 Spartans were under Red Team and redeployed to the ground generators powering the orbital Mac cannons. They held on, but Red Team were eventually overrun and fell back to Castle Base as 14 Spartans die standing. 3 split off to evacuate Admiral Whitcomb, who's now in command of Reach, as the other 5 Spartans, including Fred and Kelly, make it inside Castle Base. It was abandoned, except for Dr. Halsey. In Bungie canon, June died off-screen, making sure she got here alive. They scuttle the facility and descend into the caverns below. She got here, Bungie canon, full base. It was abandoned, except for Dr. Halsey. In Bungie canon, June died off-screen, making sure she got here alive. They scuttle the facility and descend into the caverns below, as over the next few weeks, 2 more Spartans died fighting underground, until they find a hidden Forerunner facility. Inside was a crystal artifact. Weeks later, the Master Chief returns. All of Reach has been glassed, except for Castle Base. They make planetfall in a Covenant dropship, and after an emotional outburst, he links up with Admiral Whitcomb and his 3 Spartan escort. He explained they activated a delayed timer on the experimental Nova bombs, nuclear weapons capable of destroying entire planets. Gambling it'll kill whatever Covenant's left on Reach, or they'll bring those bombs onto their ships. This is subtle foreshadowing. They blast into what's left of Castle Base and rescue 3 Spartans. Fred, Kelly, William, what's left their ships. Kill whatever their weapons capable of destroying entire planets. Gambling it'll kill whatever Covenant's left on Reach, or they'll bring those bombs onto their ships. This is subtle foreshadowing. They blast into what's left of Castle Base and they barely escape an ambush. The Covenant are hell-bent on capturing the artifact. They evacuate, but the Forerunner crystal is interfering with Cortana's ship, and after emergency repairs that caused the death of that pilot and 2 Spartans, they were able to escape Reach. In transit, Dr. Halsey resuscitates Linda and concludes the Forerunner artifact is warping time and space and is too dangerous to exist. Using intel from Castle Base, she discovered the origin of the Spartan 3 program and planet Onyx. Dr. Halsey kidnaps a Spartan, Kelly, and flees there on a dropship. During this, she coerced the ODST to blow up the Forerunner crystal. He accidentally killed himself, destroying it. Cortana discovers the Covenant have found Earth and are launching an invasion fleet 3 times bigger than the one that attacked Reach. Over 500 ships. Around a huge station, Earth would fall in hours. John devises Operation First Strike. They infiltrate the command station and succeed in overloading its reactors at the cost of 1 Spartan's life. They evacuate. However, Admiral Whitcomb and the Leone officer, sacrificed themselves in the Covenant cruiser to lure the fleet towards the doomed station. As the explosion engulfed the whole Covenant's fleet, only a dozen ships survived. 4 Spartans, Johnson and Cortana, are the only survivors. Dr. Halsey and Kelly are still missing, yet with Cortana's intel of the Covenant, the Flood, and Halo, this was the greatest victory mankind ever had. For now. The rules. 1. We must save every Marine and ally. 2. We must remove every threat. Killing everything here will save more lives elsewhere. 3. Nah, you know what? People complained last time, so this one time we're gonna play on Legendary. Now in Halo 2, if Marines die, you get reinforcements. But if everyone's alive, they never get deployed. I will count all reinforcements and consider them saved. Just because you don't see them doesn't mean they're not deployed and fighting somewhere else. Also, to this, Halo Wars is canon with Bungie. It's referenced in Halo Reach. Based. Back on Earth, all survivors from Halo are attached to the Inamberclad. Chips Dubbo and Sergeant Stacker will survive the war, yet Thomas Chang will die in the Battle of New Mombasa. Fred, Linda, and William are groundside, while Chief is on Cairo Station, as all 4 are equipped in Mark 6 Spartan armor. Based. We can skip the tutorial mission, as we see Old Mate, and we go to receive a medal for our service. At the same time, we see the shipmaster during the first game being punished for the destruction of Halo, and branded with the mark of the heretic. No refunds.
I need to find the best way to learn math and science.
It's brilliant.org.
Whoa.
There are 37 casualties, 33 Marines, and 4 ODSTs. There are 3 Marine survivors, and 13 Marines we save, as 15 Covenant ships are invading Earth.
Sir, additional contacts. Boarding craft and lots of them.
They're going to try to take our MAC guns offline. Give their capital ships a straight shot at Earth. Master Chief, defend this station.
Yes, sir. I need a weapon.
Right this way.
In the discount Black Mesa tram, we see 2 survivors with the Miranda keys. Alongside Johnson are 3 Marines. We arm them up with rifles as we make our way to the first room, and take cover behind this barricade and let them have it. The only concern are these 2 jumping down, but once they're gone, push up. On Legendary, this noob combo is our best friend, as we take down everything in this hallway, as all 3 Marines are alive. And around the corner, we also saved this 4th Marine. Jump onto this turret and cut down the scum assaulting those 2 Marines, and make short work of the other 2 squads of scum. Another 2 Marines saved. Make sure they don't follow by letting this door lock them out. If these Marines follow, it stops other Marines spawning. Heading into the first hangar, there are 2 Marines we can save. Using all of these grenades and precise headshots, we can handle the entire boarding party. After dealing with them and arming up our boys, outside, the bastards blew up a whole station. Focus on what you can do in this fight. Another squad comes from behind and just make sure to deal with them. Those 2 Marines are alive. This second hangar is a nightmare. There are 2 Marines here. First, take out the turrets, and then chuck a grenade, and hope you have a lot of skill and a bit of luck to make this work. There's a huge group of Covenant here already, with 3 more waves on the way. You can kinda deal with them, but on the last wave, there are 2 Ultras and 1 Gold Elite. It's just as bad as it sounds. You need 2 grenades to take out 1 Ultra, and then finally the Gold Elite. It took a few tries, but we saved these 2 Marines.
That explosion came from inside the asset. Same as the Malta. The Covenant must have brought something with them. A bomb.
Then they sure as hell brought one here. Chief, find it.
Up ahead, there is nothing we can do. He's scripted to die no matter what. There's no way around. Avenge him. Way up ahead, we run into Miranda Keys and Johnson. Yet after dealing with all these threats, we save and arm up 2 more Marines. Further up ahead, we pass a dead ODST, and we see another Marine. This room is annoying. There's a million drones. Our mate will stick to cover, but you need to be quick and draw the enemy fire. After quite a while, we clear the room and save another Marine. Making a spacewalk, we see Cortana taking the Mac gun and ripping into the Covenant fleet as one cruiser breaks through and heads straight to Earth. For us, we make our way to the Covenant bomb, yet turn left and in the back is the 3rd Marine survivor. Give him a rifle and leave him. You might call him a coward, but there's 6 dead Marines. Against a rifle, turn left and in the back is the 3rd Marine survivor. Give him a rifle and leave him. You might call him a coward, but there's 6 dead Marines. Against, 7 elites? He wouldn't have done much. But against us, they don't stand a chance.
How much time was left?
You don't want to know.
Sir, permission to leave the station.
For what purpose, Master Chief?
To give the Covenant back their bomb.
Permission granted.
Just one question. What if you miss?
I won't.
Chief does what he does best. Their raggedy-ass fleet is destroyed. But there's one carrier left, and it's heading for New Mombasa on Earth.
It's a great name, but your voice doesn't quite match it?
We have a fix.
VoiceMod gives you over 100
There are 26 casualties, 19 Marines, 1 ODST, and 6 pilots. There are 18 survivors, 14 Marines, and 4 ODSTs, and there are 19 Marines we save. There's 8 drivers and gunners in those Warthogs, and 2 snipers. There's 5 ODSTs in that other Pelican, and 5 of us in here. So we can deduce 5 Marines died in that Pelican. There's all 6 pilots died as well, in all 3 Pelicans. Johnson's fine, but there's 3 Marines we need to protect. Taking out the first group of enemies is trivial. The first challenge is when we take over their position. 3 Jackal snipers appear on that rooftop. After taking them out one by one, we're doing something unorthodox. Push into this alley, hug this wall, and then jump and crouch, and then jump onto the roof. All weapons will despawn. However, if you pick up and drop a weapon, it'll stay. So interact with all 3 beam rifles. With this, getting headshots and elites kills them quick. Between fights, give these snipers to the Marines. Yeah, Marines are just as accurate as Jackals. When the Phantom appears, shoot it to make the turrets target you. The Marines duck for cover, hop into the machine gun, and cut down the turrets. Then head on down and make quick work of the elites. Having secured the courtyard, grab the sergeant's sniper, he won't need it, and take out that last sneaky Jackal. The moment the hunters burst through, jump and take one out instantly. Keep the other alive. He'll chase you. Moving to the next area, you trigger the Pelican to come down. Once it does, take down the other hunter and mop up all the Jackals, as 3 more Marines are deployed. Yeah, these reinforcements only deploy if the other 3 are dead. Since that hunter was alive, we have 6 Marines, as Johnson heads off to support the air wing. Now we want to give snipers to all these Marines. Grab the sniper up here, and finally jump here to get this rifle. Everyone's kitted out and ready for Sniper Alley. Now I won't lie, I died a lot. Although, once you memorize where the Jackals are, it's manageable. The hardest thing are the stealth elites, who sneak in and just slaughter our boys. Okay. The guard run. Jump out. 1, 2, 3, 4. Grenade to take down those shields, and panic because the other 2 snipers are delayed. Eventually they both pop up as we take them down as the Marines take down the drones. Until, God, the elite was sneaking instead of charging. It sucks to suck. Now quickly interact with these rifles for later. All 6 Marines are fine. Down this alley, there's 1 sniper at the end, and then 1 sniper above. Then take out the sniper to the side. At this part, just hold your ground until you wipe out all Covenant reinforcements.
Well, I wish we all had sniper rifles.
You fucking do, man. Then move up to the next wall and repeat the same process. And here's what happens if you don't take it slowly. Unlucky. The men stay back as we take out the last sniper and then cut down this golden filth with our fists. We're in the home stretch, as around the corner there's 2 more Marines. And take out the alien scum, and we've done it, as we've saved 8 Marines. Our squad of 6 boys will hold position here. Head all the way back, grab this rifle, and give it to the sergeant. I reckon Hotel Zanzibar becomes the Marine headquarters in Old Mombasa. Because if all Marines die, there's 2 more here. And from that animation, A Day on the Beach, those 4 ODSTs are here as well. In total, 10 Marines and 4 ODSTs. Damn fine work. The sergeant...
Trust you. He may, but I do not. Noted.
My friend's trust is not the issue today, Spartan. Prepare for action. What do you call him, Spartan Lock?
I don't understand the question.
117, the Master Chief. He is not your friend. Is he your foe?
He's gone AWOL and the UNSC want him back. I'm going to bring him home.
I admire your sense of duty, Spartan.
Covenant force incoming.
But if he has left the fold, he has his reasons.
I'm sure he does, Arbiter. And I intend to find out what they are.
We're going in. Get tactical, Marines!
You heard the man, boys! It's time for some hazard pay!
30 seconds out. Stand by.
pilots, too.
Grab their tags and ammo.
Sarge, we better get moving.
Agreed. We'll find better cover in those buildings. Butkus, you take point.
Sniper, third floor left. Here, let me give him my welcome to Earth gift basket.
Damn, where is he? Anybody see him?
Take him, guys!
Cook the bastard.
Second squad, this is Cortana. What is your status? Over.
We're operational, ma'am. Barely. Our pilots didn't make it.
Find a hole. Stay put. We'll come to you.
Quite unacceptable.
Greetings. I am 343 Guilty Spawn. Monitor instant. Impertinent creature.
I offer you my life as amends for this dishonor. An oracle of the gods should never suffer such impertinence from vermin like this. I shall cast them all into the mists below for daring such a blasphemy, and—
Oh my. Your people have grown so dramatic in the last 100,000 years. But please, no more deaths are required. We will need all the forces we can muster if the flood escaped the destruction of my installation. I must speak to your commander immediately.
stay. The prophets will be pleased that we have rescued an oracle from the human violation of the Holy Temple.
Why do you keep calling it a temple? My installation was a weapon, and one which we needed very, very badly.
But Oracle, I do not understand. We were told the ring was our salvation. A gateway to paradise.
Told? By whom? Anyone who told you that is either a fool or quite mad. That installation was a beautiful tool, designed to destroy everything the Flood might feed on.
Everything?
Oh, quite everything. And if even one Flood spore survived the destruction of my ring, then protocol demands that all nearby sentient life must immediately be destroyed. An outbreak of the Flood cannot be allowed to take place. But I am wasting our time. Surely you know all of this already.
Communications. Shut down all lines to the fleet. We will not notify the prophets of our discovery until I hear everything this oracle has to say.
I will gladly share what I am permitted, but we have little time. What has been unleashed here could destroy everything you've ever known.
On that oracle, we are in agreement. On that oracle.
I am experiencing such a mixture of anticipation and dread. All preparations are complete for my installation. In accordance with the final dictum of the...
Alright. I'm done. Oh, it is no. Oh. Whoops. Oh well. Wash me, wash me, wash me. Well, I lost. Stream has to end right now because I lost, and yeah. So who's Demon Wade? All right. Seem like this is good.
I have a struck.
Yeah, nobody wants to hear someone talk, so I had this on the entire time. Hold on. Before I end the stream, we're gonna listen to this.
We bring the same great in-store
Okay,
prices
not that,
with
but like,
Fred Meyer pickup and delivery.
give me a second.
Qué rápido.
Not that either.
Ya no son pollo. No.
Water. Why not post it now? Oh. This is wonderful music, by the way. By the way, I actually lost, so whoever just joined, yeah, I lost already, so you don't really have to stay. You know what? Did you play? Yeah, I did. Played this like one zombie game. I like 6, 7, you know. I'm gonna go kill myself. Alright, love you guys. Why is there a picture of the San Francisco Bridge? Never mind. Oh, I should probably put this playbook. I swear I'm not this bad. Hold on. I'm already lost. What do I gotta wait for? What am I doing? I can talk! I can talk! How come you don't just like edit or something, you know? If you want an easy editor to use, you could like use Microsoft something or CapCut, you know? Also, are these your friends or something, or like what is this? So you can talk, you know. There's nothing to be ashamed of your own voice. What is the point of this? You know you can edit videos on YouTube too, right? If you upload the video, and you go to the three dots, you click something, I don't know. You can edit the video. By the way, everyone, I already lost, you know, I already said something, so, I don't get it. I don't really play that game, so why would I care? No offense. Actually, it doesn't really matter. Can I make an edit of that game? Oh, that's cool. Not sure if I mean, I already made 2 edits, but you know, I posted a gameplay. Wow. Who is this lady? Oh well. Is this Postal? Sign my petition.
Fuck you.
I knew it. I knew it. Alright. Yeah, I do not want to watch that game. Yeah. How long has this stream been? Okay, I should probably end this stream. Actually, you know what? We'll wait for another 30 seconds, and then we'll just call it a day so I can get the 3-hour mark over with. Hey, Master Chief, what do you think about this? Do you like cursing? It is not. Shut up, Nexus! I hope you step on a landmine. Oh, we got 3 hours. Alright, I'm in the stream. Shout out to Friendly Bagel, FZ for being members. Thank you so much to you both. And I'm going to end the stream here today. So, bada boom, bada bing.